All right, so in this video, I want to talk about the Betterment app that I've been using for the last couple years. Let's get going. All right, so the Betterment app, what is it? I've been using it for a couple years now. Some of you may have heard of it, many of you may have not. If you've heard of other apps like Acorns, Wealthfront, SoFi Invest, there are many others. Stash is the new one on the scene now. There are a lot of apps like this that feature online checkings and savings accounts and automated investing, and they all have their different features. And hopefully I will review a lot more of these. I have quite a few installed on my phone currently that I'm working my way through. And then I want to do a kind of a comparison for you, which will be available on wealthfind.com sometime in the next few months. So look for that if you want kind of a columns to look at where which feature and which do I think is good and bad and all that fun stuff. So what is Betterment for? As I just stated, it's for automated investing. It's really set up for that, where you connect your bank account, connect your checking account, and you make automated deposits, every month into your Betterment account, and then they will automatically invest that. When you set up your investing account with Betterment, it asks you a series of questions as far as what your goals are and the type of investing, whether you want to be really conservative or aggressive. And Betterment primarily takes your money and invests it in ETFs or exchange traded funds. And like I said, it's fairly automated. You can go in and make adjustments later on. That's not a problem. But it's really not something where you're going to be in there picking specific stocks and kind of maneuvering things around yourself. For something like that, you want more of a traditional brokerage account or using an app like Robinhood, which we talk a lot about on this channel. So Betterment is truly for automated investing. I think that's great for younger people, for college kids. If you're busy with school and starting out life, then you don't want to think about investing, then having an app like this where you just set it and forget it, I think is a great tool to have. The second thing that Betterment has is something called cash management, where you can kind of use it as a bank account. It has limitations, but you can set up a Betterment checking account and they'll issue you a Visa debit card and you can pay for things using that debit card. They also have savings accounts that you can set up, and tied with those are something called goals, which I really, really like, in that you can create specific savings goals and then have Betterment automatically put money towards those goals. Say you want to buy a new car, a new piece of furniture 6 or 8 months from now, you can create that goal in Betterment and then tell it, hey, I want $25, every 2 weeks or $100 every month to go into this goal account that I'm trying to save up money for. And Betterment just automates that whole process. And then 8 months from now, you've got the money set aside for whatever you wanted to buy and you haven't even really thought about it. And I really like that feature. It kind of takes the pressure off, knowing that you want to achieve something and you don't want to have to think about it all the time or worry about, oh, shoot, I forgot to save this much money this month. I'm going to have to save double next month. Just automate the whole process using an app like Betterment, and it's really simple. Let's jump over to the website real quick. I just want to hit some of the bullet points on the top of the page and show you some of the investing options and just speak briefly about them. And then we're going to look at the app itself. I'll walk you through kind of the basics of it. We're not going to do a real in-depth review of the app, but just show you the basics. So here on the website up at the top, you can see investing. Again, we talked a lot about this automated investing, which I really like. They do have IRAs and 401ks, so if you want to do some retirement planning, they've got some things that you can get involved with there. Different portfolio options. I talked about when you onboard with Betterment, you pick your goals as far as what type of investment portfolio you want to create, how aggressive you want to be. That's all talked about under here on their website. They also have something called socially responsible investing. If you only want to invest in ETFs that then have companies that are more socially responsible, if that's something that's important to you, then that's available as well. And then the last thing they have is crypto investing, which is new onto the scene for a lot of different apps out there where it automates investment in certain cryptos. I'm still exploring this, so I'm not gonna tell you things I don't know yet. So I'm not sure if you can pick exactly which cryptos you want to invest in, or if it kind of uses a fund type of approach and diversifies them. I will get back to you when I explore this a little bit more, because that's brand new. All right, so back here on the site, we already talked about the cash management, checking account, cash reserve. That's simply the savings accounts that we talked about where you can allocate a specific amount of money, or you can create an emergency fund. That's another great use for this, is to simply create an automated emergency fund where you're automatically deducting a certain amount and putting it in there. And then obviously planning, we talked about retirement planning and goal tracking and things like that. So let's now take a quick look inside the app itself. So let's log into my Betterment app on my good old iPhone. And you can see my total net worth, which is not very much in here because I have money spread all over so many apps. And I've actually deducted $1,000 out of this a little while ago because I wanted to start testing out Stash, which is another app that I will review. So long story short, I only set up a retirement account, which you can see. I'll put it towards the top of the screen there. So I only set up a retirement account. So this is an automated, somewhat aggressive ETF where I automatically deduct $50 from my checking account every month, and it goes into this Betterment retirement account. You can tap on that and get more information, projections. I can tell you your overall return and all this other stuff. I don't need to walk through all of this right now. And then if you click on add account, this is where you can invest for a specific goal, invest for retirement, create a checking account, or you can save with cash reserve, which that's where you can create those cash goals that I talked about, or create an emergency fund, which I think everybody should try and do. So this is pretty much it. I mean, it's very basic. As I stated, it's meant to be fairly hands off unless you're using the checking account where you're going to be using it to, pay for things if you have their debit card. Or if you use this more as a dashboard, which I'm going to explore that a little bit more with my wife because I know she gets a little bit frustrated at times where we have accounts all over the place, especially with my Wealth Find channel, and she doesn't always have visibility to everything that's going on, and I know she would like to. So I may try using Betterment as kind of a dashboard for my wife to look at all of our checking and savings accounts and all the investment accounts in one location. So I'll report back to you with how that goes, but this is my quick walkthrough of the app. It's pretty simple. There isn't a whole lot to it, which I really like. So if you want to set it and forget it type of app, then I think Betterment's a really good choice. There's two things that I wish that maybe it had that it doesn't. One is a little bit more control over your investments. As I said, you kind of pick a goal and it chooses the ETFs for you. There's times when someone like me wants to have a little bit more control. This really isn't built for that. And then the other thing that is missing that I see the Stash app has implemented is something called custodial accounts. I have a 10-year-old son. Actually, he turns 10 in 2 days. And I have a custodial account for him in my Schwab account. But I think that's really cool that parents can create these custodial investment accounts. Even if you have a 5 or 6-year-old, you can create a custodial account, and an app like Stash would have it. And you can automatically put even if it's just $25 a month into that custodial auto investing account for your child. And then when they're 18 years old, who knows how much is in there. I think that's something that every parent should look into. And it's a really cool feature to have. I wish Betterment had it. I'm guessing that they may be adding it at some point since other platforms like Stash are adding that. So this has been my overly long now review of the Betterment app. If you guys have any questions about the app, comment below. I will answer them as quickly as I can and as accurately as I can. If I don't know the answer, I will find it for you as always. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want more videos. And again, comment below if you have ideas for videos that you'd like me to review certain topics. I will more than likely add that to my list. I'm going to be recording a lot more moving forward. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Hey, Greg here from Wealth Find. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that icon right in the middle and you can continue getting content like this. I'd also love it if you'd leave a comment below this video. I do my best to respond to all of them. And lastly, thanks for watching.